Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we are back for the F123 Road to Glory series with Alfa Romeo. We're here for race number 9 of 23 around Canada Circuit, Gilles Villeneuve. Pretty good track. A track though I struggle at, because I've not really been ideal here, but we're just going to jump straight into the news here. And that news is Fernando Alonso. He is, well, he's calling quits. He's retiring from the sport at the end of the season, so much for that move to Aston, I guess you could say, right, Fernando? But you know what? Good for him. So that opens up a big seat though for one of the drivers. So Aston, a pretty good team. That easily can move someone up. He could retire early. I don't know. Could he retire early? Who knows? Because I heard there's a glitch to the end of the season where driver transfers begin at the end of the season, which is quite weird. But okay. But I'm not going to get into that because we're not even close to the end of the season. We're still very early into the season. So simple as that. If you not check out the last video, please go check that out. We raced around Spain, and it was an alright race because we kind of got caught out with a pretty unfortunate turn of events, which was a didn't change. Well, we changed the engine, but we actually exited the game because we had to do stuff and didn't save. So, anyways, big upgrade package coming for this weekend. A very big upgrade package. We got 4 upgrades, 2 on the chassis, and I believe 1 on the engine, 1 on, I think it might be downforce. I can't honestly remember. I can't honestly remember, so I apologize. But we're getting some upgrades to the car though. Big upgrades coming to the car, which is what I want to see because we need some more upgrades. But it's not like we're bad, you know. We've had a decent car with some pretty bad upgrades, but well, not bad upgrades, but we've had a pretty good car with not too many upgrades on the car. So let's see what we can do. And oh man, that is not what I want to see. Well, both things in the chassis department have failed, and I've been focusing a lot on the chassis department, as y'all could tell, because I need tire wear upgrades and I need weight. The weight needs to go down because the car is still, I mean, it's not heavy, but a less heavier car makes the car go faster. So yeah, and there's a big weight redistribution upgrade that can come out. So yeah, we did got a drag reduction, and that's gonna help us a lot in the straights here. And also we got weight reduction and also something in the engine. I think it was something ERS, but FP3 done and dusted, and we're here for Canada, which is gonna be a dry session. Dry all weekend, no rain. Canada is usually high when it usually rains a lot in Canada, so thankfully it's gonna be a dry race from us. And we actually have we did change the engine components, so I'm smart with that because they didn't exit the game. So yeah, but gonna be a bit of a struggle though for me because again I'm not really strong around Canada, but I got a new setup with us and I think we'll be pretty quick. So we're gonna jump into Canada qualifying, see what we can do. Hopefully Valtteri can bring in something in qualifying. I don't know how good Valtteri really is around Canada. He does go pretty well around here, so we'll see what happens. But let's move on for qualifying for Canada. And here we are qualifying for the Canadian Grand Prix, and it's a bit of an overcast a little bit, and then it's going to get sunny later on into the session, so we do kind of benefit from this just a little bit. Overcast racing is not bad. To be fair, out of like all my weather types when I'm racing and just watching anything, overcast is just, I don't know, overcast just hits different. I don't know if it's just me or not, but it just hits different. I don't know why. It really does. But speaking of racing, here we are for qualifying around Canada, and as I said earlier, not very too strong around this track. I've really struggled around here in the past, and I really have not shown ideal pace. F122 was when we did the career mode race around here, we actually had a pretty good result, but Canada again, just a weak circuit for me. I don't know why. I just, man, I don't know how do you get good around here? Like, am I doing something wrong? I don't know, but anyways, we're going down the main straightaway now. 2 more corners to go here, which is kind of weird because I do like this track a lot when it comes to racing. But anyways, final 2 corners. Wall of Champions next up, down to the line. See where this puts us. I don't know where this might put us. Hopefully in the top And not the top, but that's actually P3. And only a 10th off, though. That's not bad. That's not bad for a first run. AI is at 102, by the way, so we've been running 102. We might actually have to bump it up when we get to Austria or Austria or GBR. I think we might do it in a GBR only because I just don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, I mean, we'll probably bump it up to like 103, 104. Have y'all think about that. But anyways, Q2, and well, we've we cut the corner, and no lap needed because we went out to play it safe because I didn't know if I was actually gonna make it because Verstappen went out again, and I was like, okay, well then I'm not safe then, right? But no, we were safe, so we actually made it into Q2. Valtteri P10, so man's not really having, and supposed to be. I'm surprised he's not up here with me though, because he's pretty good around he's pretty good at quali, but I guess not. So yeah, we just went back into the garage, and we're gonna be in the Q2 and take a look what happens. And Oscar Piastri out again for McLaren, and Hulkenberg's got a 5-place grid penalty, but Ocon now, he had no running absolutely. Both Williams out, one AlphaTauri out, Nick DeVries is out, so not really ideal. But here we go for the final lap in Q number 2. It was not really a good first lap, and we're really under pressure to not make into Q2 here, so we really need a good lap, but we really have not found much time. We really have not. We've been half a second off, and we found so much time in the first sector a little bit, and then we lost it when we came out of, I think it was, it was close to the main back straight, the backstretch, and we lost a lot of time there. But we're gonna be out of Q1 here. I don't think we're gonna not Q1. I think we're gonna be out of Q2 here because I don't think we're even gonna improve this time. I don't think we are. We're out in Q2, P11. So that is an absolute shocker because the car can get into the car can easily get into Q3. There's no problem with it, but we didn't make it. We just struggled at the end. And Valtteri put in a smashing of a lap, and he's in the Q3. Man, that is... Ooh. Huh. Alright. Well. I'm a bit sad now. Oh, man. Alright, well. That's not bad, though. That is really not bad, because it kind of is bad, because we kind of probably gotten a little bit higher up the grid. Oh man, that's the second Q2 exit. Let's go to the race, shall we?
Montreal is not only the second largest French-speaking city in the world, but it's home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. The name Villeneuve looms large over this one, but who can write their own legends today? With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Bottas, Gasly, Cowboy, Magnussen, Stroll, Tsunoda, Perez, Oscar Piastri, De Vries, Sargent, Albon, Ocon, and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And joining me again for the race today, Natalie Pinkham. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race, but can they keep that momentum going into this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Thanks, Mark. We're going to keep that going. And P10 on the grid benefited from grid penalties from Sergio Perez, and he was easily in Q3, and he took a penalty. So we benefit from it just a little bit, not too much, but well, we're lining up on that position in our grid position. So yeah, and we're gonna go for the mediums, and look at everyone else is doing. Everyone else is kind of on the hards though. Kind of mixed up strategies down the grid. A lot of people are running the hard tire, and then you got me. I got Norris through me is all running the mediums, and there's a couple guys behind near the back of the grid that are running mediums. So we got Oscar Piastri running mediums. So a couple guys on the same strategy, but a couple guys are actually doing the hard. They're gonna go to the hard first, which is kind of weird. But me looking at the hard strategy, I don't really like it. I'd rather just go to the mediums because I mean I mean obviously the medium to the hard is like the strategy that everybody does now, but it just would be so much easier. I don't really want to go into the hard tire because it can take a while to warm up, but the guys in the front though might be struggling a little bit with hard tire warming up. So here we go, 5 red lights around Canada, 35 laps around this place. Gonna be pretty fun around here. Lights out, away we go. Let's have a good race today. Anyways, we got a good start ahead to actually jump here, Gasly, and we're gonna jump Bottas here. Bottas did not get a great start, and also Alonso. Norris down the inside of Hamilton. They're side by side, still down in turn 1, now turn 2, side by side with Fernando Alonso, and we're still side by side, and oh, a little bit of a back end loss there. Not too much though, just a little bit of wheel spin. Not too ideal, but anyway, side by side with Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton. They're still side by side once again. Hamilton making it tough, and he's gonna fight that down the inside. We're gonna go down the inside again on Hamilton. Gonna give it fair. Yes, we do, and we're gonna get that done. Thank you very much. And now after Lando Norris, and Lando is quite the guy that we're going to be racing a lot this season. As I said, even when we were doing the my team before my saves crashed, we were doing pretty well. I mean, hell, if y'all want to see another my team, just please let me know. Maybe I might restart one. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, speaking of that, let's keep it on going, shall we? So, anyways, dumping overtake, and we're gonna see what we can gain up on Lando Norris and also George Russell and Lewis Hamilton as well. But anyways, down into the wall of champions, that is going to be lap 1 completed. Lando's pace isn't too strong, but he's got some pretty strong pace as well, though. He hooks up really well around here. In this setup, lower wings. We're not running too high of wings, which is kind of ideal because we don't want to run too high because this track you can run a lot of low downforce. You can really run some low downforce. You just need some good straight line speed, but Hamilton's kind of all at the back of us, so he's staying with us. Bottas absolutely struggling to get around Alonso, so not really ideal for him, but you know, we just gotta manage the pace, stay behind Lando, and just stay in his DRS. And we really don't have to push too much because we know I'm not really pressuring Lando too much because I don't really want to. There's really no need to me passing him right now because the pace is so strong, and I don't really need to dump much overtake. But we just have to dump a little bit of overtake just to stay with him, and we are doing that very well managed. So I will take that. Thank you very much. But again, Stroll actually, there's a big gap actually down to Alonso because Alonso and Bottas are actually fighting, so they're about 3 seconds off from us, and Norris is actually, he's hanging with Russell, but he's not in the DRS with him. But we're actually gotten really close to Lando this lap, so we actually might overtake him. Thinking about it, I don't know, we got 3 laps worth of fuel. This track actually dumps a lot of fuel, so we're going to go down the inside of Lando Norris. We're going to make it fair and easy. Down the inside of Lando, move is done. Thank you, Lando. Oh, almost just lost it there a little bit, and now Lando's going to be under pressure possibly from Lewis Hamilton. So now they're going to be side by side down to the next corner, and we're going to kind of just manage run, but we run out a little bit wide though, not too wide though, so we do kind of comfortably you know, we do it alright, you know what I mean, so we do it alright, but keep on going on lap 5, and not lap 5, lap 4, we're running P5, but we don't really have the pace of the guys in the front. We don't have the pace to Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen. We don't have their pace, we really don't. We just have to run our own pace. We're losing about like half to about a second a lap to these guys, so they're pretty quick. And to be fair, I'm not really expecting to be fighting with those guys either, because, well, the car is really not there. I mean, the car is still, it's not bad like it was like on the first two races like around Bahrain. It was not really that bad, but the car again is just not really hooking up to this. It's not really being ideal, I guess you could say. But we're gonna keep on going. And Norris is going to probably be pressuring us, though, because he's got a massive run here, and he's going to go down the inside, so we're going to make it fair, though. We're going to give him enough space. We give him enough space down the inside. Once again, we have the next inside. We're going to get on the power just a little bit, and we're going to get the move done. Well, we kind of keep the position, so great defense for me. Made the car as wide as possible. Give him enough room, and we're going to make that position gained. But anyways, bit of a tricky part there of the track. That part still catches me out sometimes. and a little bit, and we actually touched the curb a little bit, which you don't really want to touch the outside curb there because you can lose a little bit of time there, and Norris going to get down the inside. Norris gets right back around us, and we're going to have to fight this back here once again. And, oh, almost another snap there once again, and now Hamilton's all over the back of us. And we're going to let Hamilton go here. We really can't fight Hamilton too much, so Lewis, you keep that position, mate. You keep going. We're gonna let you go. I'm gonna sit back and let you go, mate, because well, you know, we really can't fight that. So we'll let Hamilton go and see what we can do in the rest of this race. But Hamilton chasing after Norris. We're behind Hamilton and Norris, so pretty much ideal. And now Slipstream and DRS for both of us. And Hamilton down the inside of Lando Norris. Norris going to fight that hard, though. They're still racing side by side. Norris going to have the inside, so Hamilton might fight this hard, but this squabbling is actually helping us. It's actually bringing Alonso and Bottas back to this fight. So, not really ideal for battling, but it's going to make it a little bit tricky. But to be fair, we are going to just try to make the most out of it, because I think we can gap Alonso pretty well, because Alonso's pace is not really strong. And well, Bottas kind of getting like more just kind of getting pace from basically Alonso, so that's kind of benefiting him, but it's not really benefiting us. Well, it's not really benefiting Alonso because, well, he's getting DRS, but he's not getting a little too close. But he got a little bit close to this lap, though. He's spending a little bit of time. That car's pretty good in the corners, and that Aston's got some pretty good straight line speed, though. That Aston does have some really good straight line speed. They've done a lot in the drag reduction, I will say that. But anyways, chasing after Norris still. And we might actually get Norris here unless he's got DRS. And he's going to have DRS on Hamilton, but this season who's got much more overspeed. But again, we're in the slipstream though, and the engine's a little bit strong, but we're going to back out of that. We're going to let Lando kind of run his own, and we're going to try to go get him once again. So let's go do it again, shall we? So anyways, Alonso really struggling, and Bottas really just stuck behind him, and Alonso really didn't get close that well. So sorry to hear about that, but we're going to keep on going. And Norris is still under pressure from us once again, and he's really going to be not really liking this because we shouldn't really be fighting if he wants to get close to Hamilton, but he really does have to pace to Hamilton down on the inside of Lando Norris, and we're going to get that move done. We gave him a little bit of a squeeze there, and he's actually going to lose a little bit of time there from that, but I didn't think I pushed him off too much, so I think he's all right. But Bottas, though, Valtteri's actually fighting Alonso. And they're still side by side, and actually that's benefiting Gasly coming back into that fight. So we're going to have a 5-car battle here for P6 in this race. And a nice aerial shot to see where everyone is. I believe Bottas has got around Alonso. I believe they're still side by side, so they're going to still lose a little bit of time here once again. But they shouldn't lose too much time. And actually, yes, Bottas did get around Alonso. And we now have to see if we can get close to Hamilton, which we probably won't. But Gasly's in the back of this train, though. Gasly's kind of just like there. He's just like, yeah, I'm just here. I'm not really going to, you know, he's not really going to do anything. He really can't, because it's going to probably be like a DRS train unless we defend from Norris. Because we do have a pretty good car in the straight line speed. And we do. And I don't think Bottas is really, yeah. So honestly, and I feel like I'm glad because now in this year's game, you don't really get those DRS trains like you did in F1 22. They were absolutely obnoxious, DRS trains were. But to be fair, when everyone has equal cause, I mean, it might, later in the season, I don't know what could happen. Because again, we could have a DRS train later on in the season. Because there's some straights here on some tracks where it is just a DRS train. But with the DRS being so OP in this year's game, that there's really not many DRS trains compared to how it was in F1. Like the past F1 games, so yeah. But anyways, Norris thinking about a move, but he actually done. Norris just kind of backed out of that. He really couldn't do anything. So sorry Lando, and we're gonna keep on going because we're just like that. We're gonna keep on going. So P13, not P13, lap 13, P6. Not getting any time on Hamilton. We're just running our own pace. Bottas still keeping a very good strong fight to Alonso. Gasly just there. And behind him, I believe, is one of the Haas's. That could be Hulkenberg or Norris. Not Norris. Hulkenberg or Magnussen. One of the two Haas's. And that's actually not helping Perez because Perez is in that train. And Perez is going to try to get close here. But we're going to pit this lap. And I think our pit window was supposed to be lap 15. But we stayed out another lap because I think we could have done one more lap. But we're going to basically do the opposite. What Lando does, we're not going to do. But the undercut is very... It's powerful, but it's not too powerful. So, to be fair, I lied. It's pretty powerful around here. So, Well, we're gonna let Lando go because we did not get a good exit. So we're now gonna undercut Lando here, and almost hit Valtteri's front wing. So I did not want to break that front wing of him, but dump overtake. No DRS though. I thought we got the DRS, but no, we don't. Lando's got the DRS, so we're gonna come into the pits now. Does anyone else follow? No one really follows. So I think we're the first one in the box out of everyone, unless someone else pitted from the back. I don't think so. Anyone pitted. So we're gonna come out last though. But Alfa Romeo, we need a good stop from these boys. So get a good stop. Front's on, front's left, rear on, rear's off, rear off, rear on. There we go. Wax on, wax off, as they say it. And well, we're back underway, and pretty good stop. No mistakes, which we really have not had any pit stop mistakes this season. We really haven't. So props to the Alfa Romeo crew for absolutely smashing it this year on pit stops. They've done a really good job. I don't think we've really had any mistakes. I think Baku we had a mistake because they couldn't take the front wing off. But anyways, lap 18 now. Norris came into the pits. Norris might get us here on the 6th. It's going to be tight though. Norris on the outside, and we got the inside, and we're going to get him hot tires compared to cold tires, and we're going to get around Lando. And move is done. Now we have to get through the traffic. Basically, we got these guys that are really we're not really racing these guys right now because they're not really our race. They're racing Hulkenberg's racing DeFries and Sargent. We're racing more Lando and Bottas, Alonso, Gasly, everyone else like that. So we have to get around Hulkenberg as quick as we can. I hope he doesn't come into the pits though, because well, I'm gonna feel bad for him, but. No, it looks like he's not coming to the pits. Unless he is, though. No, he's not. He's actually going to stay out another lap. And we gave him a little bit of a squeeze there. He actually probably didn't like that because now Norris is going to get him, and he's probably not liking this because now he has the opportunity to undercut DeFries, and I believe, not DeFries, Sargent, who was in the pits now. DeFries, though, is going to attempt an overcut here. So both these boys actually might attempt the overcut. But I could care less for their race because I'm not really racing them. I'm just trying to get around these guys as quick as we can. We might set one on Nick DeFries, though. He's not too strong. Oh, he's going to defend that, though. So, all right, Nick, you can have that. We're just going to get you on this main straight here, buddy. And hit the leaves. I love the leaves there. It's just a good spot on exit. But anyways, down the inside on Nick DeFries. Job well done. Move is done and dusted. Now, hopefully, he can kind of hold up Lando a little bit, so we can actually benefit, but DeFries is going to have DRS, so that actually might help us a little bit, but actually no, Norris got around, or no, actually they came into the pits, my bad, but that actually really didn't hold them up too much because Norris is all over the back of us. Bottas, though, he's nowhere. Valtteri is nowhere right now. I don't know where his pace is, but he's just like not there, and only coming close to 10 laps to go. There's a track limits warning, and with only 10, approaching 10 to go, he's going to be under pressure from, I believe that's Sergio and Alonso that is back there, and he might be under pressure from Pierre Gasly at this point because he's not really having great pace. But Alonso around Bottas, and come on, Valtteri, you gotta make some moves up there, buddy. I mean, you're in the points. Just think about that. But we're up in the P6, and with only a couple laps remaining, it's not really ideal for him to be losing this much time. But we've actually gapped Lando a little bit. And Valtteri's really not. Valtteri really lost a bunch of time. I don't know if he got damaged or something, but he's now under pressure from Pierre Gasly, I believe, in the Alpine. So not really ideal. We're keeping a good gap to Lando. Lando's in, like, he just can't really get around us. He just doesn't have the straight line speed. On lap 27 now, almost 10, approaching 10 to go now. Almost the end of this race here once again. But Lando, he got a much better exit than us, but we got a good exit as well. We might actually stay ahead though of Lando. I don't think Lando was really going to get us though. And I don't think he is, though, and no, he's not. So we're going to keep that position and stay in the third gear. And we are going to keep on going, shall we? And I don't really think Lando is really going to get us here. I don't honestly expect him to because I just don't think he's close enough. I really don't think he might be close enough. But, again, that could change, though. This could change completely. So we'll see what happens. But Lando is going to be all over the back of us, though. He's gonna be all over the back of us here as we approach. So yeah, we're gonna want to make this fair and easy with Lando. We don't want to hold him up too much, and well, we want to hold him up, but we don't want to hold him up too much with squabbling because look at that gap, 1.5 seconds to Fernando Alonso. Alonso and Perez have put the afterburners on those cars because they are absolutely they're pretty rapid. They are flipping fast in that call. And, well, we're kind of just have to sit back and relax a little bit and try to get close to these guys. Oh, a little bit of a snap there, a little bit on the exit, not really ideal, but we're gonna keep on going. And lap 29, almost 5 laps to go now, approaching the end of this race. And Lando, it's just the main pressure. Can Lando get close? And can he make a move on us, or is he just gonna sit back here and be under pressure from Alonso? Speaking of Alonso and these guys. They were actually having a squabble there, but here's a look at Valtteri. Yeah, Valtteri's out to behind Sonoda, so he's really not having. He's got damage. He's got to have damage or something, or he's got an engine issue, because this man is really struggling and not really ideal. But anyways, Norris has been overtaken by Alonso and Perez, so we are now under pressure from both these guys, and I'm actually scared for my life, to be honest with you. I really am, because I don't know what their pace is. I really don't, and this is not what I want, because I can't afford this right now, because I can't really afford losing this much time to these guys. So I'm under pressure. I'm under pressure there, and the DRS goes out. Oh no. It's not open though, it's just the rear wing shut, so it's not really going to help us though, because we're not going to have DRS, so we're kind of just running our own pace. If the DRS was open though, hell, we would be, ooh, that'd be something, that'd be OP, but at the same time, that'd be pretty crap. So yeah, 2 laps to go now. Lando is gone, Lando is just nowhere, and Perez is all over the back of Alonso, and Alonso's all over the back of us, so really under pressure from these guys. I really am, but I hope to make it fair with these guys. I want to race them fairly. I don't want to race them too much, but yeah, speaking of Lando, he's actually lost a bunch of time, or he might be out. No, he's not out. He's still racing, and Valtteri is behind at one of the Alpes. But anyways, here comes Alonso on the last lap of the Grand Prix. I didn't even know it was the last lap until just now, and we defend from Alonso. We give him enough room, we give him enough space, we get that done. But speaking of that, coming across the checker flag, Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, look at that. Speaking of, I just roasted Ferrari in the last race. They're going to come across and win the Grand Prix, and we now have to defend from Alonso, but Alonso's under pressure from Sergio Perez, but we're going to get P6. We were going to get P6 in this race, and this is going to be a great result. We need this result as much as we can. We need as much points on Aston as much as we can. Perez around Alonso. Move is done there, but come across checker flag. From P11 to P6, P10 to P6, I'll take that. Let's go. A good result.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
A truly magnificent drive and a great performance from the entire team to secure victory here in Canada. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they are very much at one with the car, which is a cliche, but it's true. It's not an easy process, and that work is very much paying off.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Charles Leclerc wins for Ferrari, and also ahead of Max Verstappen, and also Carlos Sainz gets a podium for Ferrari as well. So Ferrari are back. Unfortunately, if they could do that in real life, that'd be fantastic, right? Well, as a Verstappen fan, I'm absolutely enjoying this season, but at the same time, I would like to see someone challenge Red Bull. I really would, because we do need it. But the gap is the teams are slowly gaining, and that character, he's got some nice hair. That guy's really got some nice hair. But Leclerc wins, Verstappen P2, Sainz P3, and that actually helps us now. Is we're now on 30 points and still P8 in the championship. But very good race from us. It wasn't the gap that I wanted, 28 seconds, I get that, 20 seconds off, but what do you expect? We're not really quick with, we don't have the pace of the top guys. We should be technically like P8 technically, but we're fighting Alonso, so that shows us something. But Valtteri, just absolute stinker. He had to have damage or something, because he just fell off like a rock. Fell off like Daniel Ricciardo stint with McLaren. But yeah, so not really great from him, but it doesn't really help us either because we're pushing to the constructors and he's not really bringing in the results. But he's P10. He's got 10 points on the board. He could get P10 though. Stroll does not really have a great pace, but he's P11 in the championship. So I don't know what to say, but he could get a little bit closer. You just gotta kind of wait it out. But 40 points, adding more points to the tally, and for the team, and that is really it for Canada. So pretty good race. Track that I really struggle at, but to be fair, for some reason the past 2 Canada races have been really good. So I don't know, maybe it's just lady luck on our side or something. Just someone's watching now. One of the F1 gods is watching down and giving us. Cody's is watching, and they're giving us the results that we want. So thank y'all for watching this video. Yeah, shaking off a little bit of rust because during this time I really didn't play the game much because this was the time when I was off doing the reunion and stuff like that and everything else like that. So that's all I got today's video. If you want to see more videos, please go check out videos down below. Love you all. If you like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I love you all. I'll try to subscribe to every single one of y'all back that do like subscribe. But have a great rest of your day, y'all. Stay safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in Austria for a sprint race weekend.